Your argument is that in 17, 18, 19, I might not have seen the impact because we were handling what was happening maturely. We were locking people down and life was going on. Is that fair?
Correct. And the flu shot.
Okay. Now I understand your argument.
And
okay.
The flu shot did not contain the pandemic strain of influenza. The military, Tony Fauci, he cloned it.
And when was that introduced?
In 2005.
Okay.
And they put it in the flu shots that were given in 2018 and 19. And so you're a media guy. So do you remember the media?
Oh, I think the media lies to us all the time.
Well,
trust me.
And so you remember when everybody had this horrible dry cough in 18, in 19.
Vaguely, I probably got it twice.
And the CDC said, the flu shot's only 10% effective against whatever this pneumonia is. Get it anyway. And so they were spreading it then. 2020 is not when COVID originated.
Okay. So then, therefore, you think, if I'm understanding you correctly, this came from a lab or China. It's just not true then.
No, it absolutely came from the labs. But we've been injecting it for 20
but it wasn't
years.
leaked from Wuhan in...
It was shipped around the world in a little vial on purpose.
Okay, but
that's not a leak.
The argument is that this may come from a leak or whatever, and Wuhan was the center. You do not believe Wuhan's the center of the outbreak.
No, I think Fort Detrick in Frederick, Maryland, who shipped the monkey cells with the bat viruses, paid for by Tony Fauci, shipped them over to Wuhan because it was illegal to do those studies here. And Tony Fauci was the one.
So that would be the gain of function research type partnership, is what you're...
Sure, we've been doing those studies forever. The Ebola that killed 21,000 innocent Liberians in 2014 was released from Fort Detrick. And they just said, there's,
What do you mean by released by Fort Detrick? You mean
over taken over in a vaccine program. As they predicted, we're going to have a horrible Ebola outbreak in Africa this year. So Tony Fauci and Bill Gates got together and literally.
We're no fan of Bill Gates on the show.
In a vaccine program, shipped over by way of Christian missionaries to take care of the people who were getting sick and dying. So they were risking their lives and then realized, in fact, and this is a really important part of the story because Tony Fauci unleashed that in 2014. Why? To cover up CDC criminal fraud by Dr. William Thompson and the level of the CDC about the cover-up of MMR vaccine being
measles, mumps, rubella.
Correct.
Yeah.
Measles, mumps, rubella given to people of color, blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, before they were 3 years old and their immune systems matured according to their environment. If they were given the MMR vaccine before they were 3 years old, they had a 2 to 4 times greater risk of getting autism, neuroimmune diseases, cancers, other things associated with simply their immune system unable to respond to 3 RNA viruses. But and this was covered up. This happened in 2000, 2001. And Freedom of Information Act for 15 years by a Dr. Brian Hooker proved the fraud. And finally, 14 years later, got a confession out of Dr. William Thompson about a data burning party they held at the CDC and destroyed all the evidence.